I'm going to be talking to you about the KCOM Digital Inclusion Grant, a grant supporting community-led ideas that can address digital inclusion across the Humber. I'll be discussing the funding programme's priorities, eligibility criteria and the application process. So, what is digital inclusion? Digital inclusion is empowering those who don't have the knowledge and skills to use and access electronic devices and digital content with confidence and effectiveness. Being digitally included can be life-changing. The grant aims to support community-led projects. Finding out what local needs are evidence why the project is needed. Showing the community voice could be achieved by quotes from questionnaires or discussions, letters of support and testimonials. When exploring ideas for a project, consider the ability of your project to expand its reach and impact. Funding between £5,000 and £25,000 is available for activities that engage beneficiaries in Hull, East Riding and North Lincolnshire. Within your budget, we encourage you to consider all costs linked to the project, full cost recovery and how to overcome access barriers. As you can see, a range of charitable structures are eligible to apply. We ask for your written constitution, most recent accounts and safeguarding policy to be available to view alongside your application. We ask for these documents to show your organisation's purpose, demonstrate there are enough trustees to oversee the running of the organisation, that finances are properly managed and your understanding of supporting vulnerable individuals. If you require support ensuring you fit the eligibility criteria, please contact the Smile Community Development Team on the email address shown. Community-led projects should impact one or more of the following priorities: addressing digital challenges, building stronger communities, connecting generations, developing digital skills and awareness. You may wish to pause the video here to look at examples of projects that concentrate on these priorities. Please note this is not an exhaustive list. You may identify, through engaging with the community about their needs, a group of individuals who are digitally excluded and develop your project on how this can be addressed. Applications are made via Smile's funding platform Beacon using an online form. If your organisation doesn't currently have a Beacon profile, you will need to register for an account and create a profile for your group in the Manage My Organisations section. This section is also where you upload the documents needed to be eligible: governing document, safeguarding policy and most recent accounts. Please contact the Smile Community Development Team if you encounter any accessibility issues. Once you have a complete Beacon profile, you can find the Digital Inclusion Grant in the Find Funding Programmes section. When you click on the grant, more information will appear, including a list of fundable items such as equipment, training costs and volunteer support costs. Here is also where you can download the full grants guidance. When you're ready to start the application, press Apply. The online form is split into 6 sections. You're able to save the application as a draft and return to it as and when you have time to complete it. Before you start your application, it's important to know how your project is going to achieve its goal and how you will keep track of your achievements. This application form is an expression of interest which will be viewed by the Smile team to ensure eligibility. You'll then be contacted to discuss the project further. We'll inquire about your capacity to deliver, the measurable outcomes and learning that can empower change. We'll send an email prior to this phone conversation so you have time to prepare a response and we'll arrange at a time and date suitable for you. Section 4 is about the proposed impact of your project, meaning the positive effects and benefits to those who use your service, the local community, or even wider society. Measuring impact means taking a step back to think about the difference you've made and collecting data to show it. This is important because you can see how you're doing and plan what you're doing next with improvements in place. It's also a way to share your story and inspire others. You may want to consider the quantitative data you'll collect, such as number of participants and volunteer hours, and qualitative data, what people say, such as surveys before and after digital sessions, including confidence levels, talking to people and recording feedback. Think about the sustainability of your project too. In Section 5, you'll be asked to show a budget breakdown. This is useful for you to set out a well-defined financial plan. Include a list of everything you will have to pay for, the amount each item will cost, and the number of each item. Be as accurate as possible. Match funding isn't required, however, there is a space to record this if applicable. For further guidance, there are resources and templates within the Resources and Support section of Beacon. vcse.uk has further information on the importance of digital inclusion, examples of in-person support which could encourage partnership working, and links to online development. The Community Development Team can be contacted on this email address if you have further questions. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful. The voluntary community and social enterprise sector play an extremely important role in digital inclusion, working within communities and building trusted relationships. It's also important that volunteers and employees in the sector have digital skills and confidence themselves. We look forward to receiving your application.